Wes, great to see you out and about at this event that hasn't been held for a few years because of COVID. What brings you here tonight, and why do you think it's possibly such an important event?
Yeah, it's a very important event, showcasing black achievements, black role models in the game, which is fantastic. And me coming along today, showing support, networking with lots of different types of people, and just the exposure of the event is fantastic.
It's huge. We're talking about over 500 guests here tonight and award winners and so on. How has that evolved and changed in your time in football?
Yeah, I can't remember much events like this, and like you just said, over 500 people attending today, which is fantastic, and shows how large the event is. So, I think it's important to, recognise, at some point in the season what's happened during the season, and it's times like these where you can do that and celebrate the achievements of individuals.
And excuse my ignorance, but you've hung your boots up now. What's keeping you busy these days?
Yeah, obviously enjoying retirement first and foremost. Playing almost 20 years is a long time. And yeah, still, get to go to, the Leicester games and enjoy football, and still work with the Premier League. And I was on the Plays board of the PFA, so keeping myself busy with those things.
Man, did you see the Premier League trophy up there? One of the few people here that's probably got their hands on it as a winner.
Yeah, never get tired of seeing that sight and seeing the trophy, and hopefully I can touch it again today.
And of course, during your time in Leicester, it wasn't always challenging for the title. Sometimes you were battling at the other end of the table, like Leicester is this season. How do you see that panning out?
Yeah, it's a tough season. I think if you look at the table, there's a great amount of teams down there. Some teams you wouldn't expect, and Leicester's one of them. But I think if you look at the squad, look at the experience of the players, there's a lot in the team that can fight and get out of the trouble they're in, and still a long way to go. So I'm fairly confident. We can avoid danger and survive this season and get better next season.
Yeah. What's the secret when you're sort of down that end of the table in terms of getting out of it? Is it listening to the manager, keeping faith with each other? What's the secret to survival? I suppose is what I'm asking.
I think that's when you have to just come together. Every players go through dips in form. Team goes through dips in form as a whole. You go through some rocky spells. So you need the senior characters in the dressing room, just to keep everyone together. Keep a close-knit squad, and just when it comes down to it, fight and be ready for the battle, because sometimes it's not about playing pretty football and hopefully winning. Sometimes you have to roll your sleeves up and grind out wins, and that's what they'll have to do.
And just finally, you're one of the very, very few players, certainly here tonight, I should think, who also knows what it's like to be fighting up at the other end of the table, going for the Premier League title. Now Arsenal are in that position where Leicester were not that long ago, unexpectedly leading the race. How are they going to get it over the line? Can they get it over the line?
Well, I think if you look at their form this season, they've definitely shown they've got the minerals to do it. I think every team has their dip in the season, and there's a few dodgy results for Arsenal, and it seems like they've overcome that. So I think it'll go down to the wire, but Arsenal are looking strong, and it's down to them if they falter now.
Sounds like you fancy him to do it. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, why not? They've got a good gap in second place, and watching the matches, the great form and playing well and full of confidence. So I can't see why it would go wrong. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.